Seems like the sauce preparation is finished now. The smell is tapered off. Oh, not again. Stream problems. Let me check with the broadcaster. No dropped frames. I think I'm okay. I'm not sure, as far as I can tell from this end. No, the knife bevel. We talked about this the other day. This is interesting too. Oh, there's a new Patreon supporter. The knife bevel. This same question actually comes back again and again, but whatever. I can't just say that I've answered it. So, yeah, there's a bevel here on the one side of the blade. So, yes, there are left-handed and right-handed versions of this knife. So, the key point is, as much as possible, keep the flat side of the knife on the wood to be retained, because the bevel side pushes the wood up and stresses it. Like this cut right now. The flat side is on my left, the dark side of the block. Just do this slowly. I don't know if you can see, I don't know if the visible is there. But the bevel has pushed up the wood, and this part was really heavily stressed. Doesn't matter because it's going to disappear right now. And the retained side still retains a smooth, clean, sharp wall. Well, this one over here next now, I'm going to do it backwards, but it's okay because the bevel is on the retained side, which is against the rules, but the left side is free to move now because there's nothing there. So as I put the knife in, I'm also pushing it left, and the beveled side doesn't matter. So if I didn't do it that way, I'd have to be rotating the block around and around and around and around and around to try and make sure it was always flat side on the line. So it doesn't matter. Here, let's do this way. Flat side is on this left one. I don't do this first. If I did this first, the stress is going to go on the black side. But I'll do this one first. No stress on the black, all the stress on the white. And now I can carve this one next. That's a bit wide. So what I'll do is I'll take a bit of wood out of the way, leaving just a thin strip, and now it's technically wrong. The bevel is on the black, but because the left wood is free to move, bingo, away we go. All the wood that's been stressed is gone, and the wood that's left is not stressed. It seems that's going to become almost a daily explanation. No problem. But my God, it took me years to figure this all out, you know. Literally years. Many, many years. Six new Heroes prints. Yes, we've scheduled now 6. So there's 3 in the new series that's going to be announced in the Kickstarter. I don't want to talk about it too much now. And in that same Kickstarter, there's 3 more in our sort of Ukiyo Heroes, what do you call them, classics, the same type we've been making for years. And we've already posted those. I think Jed's posted them somewhere, and I posted them, the key blocks, on my Facebook page some days ago. So yeah, here and there, between what Jed's leaked and what I've leaked, you can see there's 6 new Heroes types prints scheduled. But we have to make them. 4 of them are underway. The 3 classic type ones, the key block, for one of them, the block set is totally finished, because that's the same print we did for that documentary movie 2 years ago. We were under contract obligations to keep that print out of sight till the movie was released. He hasn't managed to do that, so we're just saying, screw you, that's enough. We're going to go with this thing anyway. So we're going to publish that print openly now in our Kickstarter campaign. But people who've seen the documentary movie have already seen it at the film festivals or here in Japan where it's already showing on Netflix. Then the other 2 prints in the classic, they're prints that Jed made already as giclée prints. He's selling them. People have been buying them for a couple of years. He's been doing it at Comic Cons and stuff like that. The key blocks for those are carved, and as I speak, color blocks are being carved by our younger printers here. Kawasaki-san in Kobe is doing the blocks for the serpent-oriented print. And a young girl here in Tokyo, Yumi-san, is doing the blocks for the Dragon's Gift print. So those are on the way. They'll be out this fall/winter, depending on how we can organize the printing. Then the campaign is introducing a new type of print and a new evolution to the ukiyo-e heroes. And as part of that, we've got 3 designs ready. One of them is being carved now by another young guy who's working for us. We talked about him on my blog earlier. I showed some pictures of work he'd done. He carved a Hatsune Miku design for himself. Anyway, he's come along very well. He's going to blow way past me, give him a couple more years. Literally, he's going to blow right by me like I was standing still. In terms of carving skill. And he's young. He's like, I think he's not even 30 yet. I'm not sure. 32 or something. I don't know. So we're looking very good for the carving team here. So 6 of those are scheduled. 4 of them are in preparation. Of those 4, 1 is carved and ready to go. My problem is printers, which is why I can't clearly put a date on this thing. We'll have those prints in your hand next month. I can't do that. And before the campaign opens, and this is part of the reason why the campaign start has been delayed, is because I have a labor problem here all of a sudden. And Jed's waiting for me to give him a final deadline on when I think I can get these ready. I just keep postponing and postponing. I made a sort of a spreadsheet, but it looks so bad. I've got to be able to figure a better way to do this, but so yeah, whatever the question was, whatever. There's new Heroes prints coming. Heroes is alive and well. Heroes is flourishing. Heroes is evolving. But good cooking takes time. That's the easy thing for me to just say whenever I get in trouble. Nobody can argue back. Jed, on the Netflix here, it's not called Art of the Game. That's his new name for it. So if people are searching on Netflix, that's not going to find it for them. They're going to have to look up Ukiyo-e Heroes. It's an English language film playing on Netflix in Japan only. And it carries the original title the guy came up with. I think it's just called Ukiyo-e Heroes. That's it. Or Ukiyo Heroes, the documentary or something. For the future releases they're planning, they've changed the name to Art of the Game, but that's not what it's on Netflix as. Hey, I'm down here on the last anemone. Oh, stream. No, this wouldn't make any difference. I'm just chatting, you know. I mean, whatever. I keep looking up to read the questions and stuff. That's time that would be not taken. But other than that, nothing. I'm sitting here talking to you now. You know, no difference. The benefit is it's keeping me at the bench, you know, this morning, whatever. Oh, it's nearly 8 o'clock. Got to get straight to it. Can't delay, you know. Think I'll go take a walk instead or something. No. So the benefit is clearly here, you know. I at some earlier stage in life, you know, when I was a bit less confident about this, it might have been, I can't do these two things together because it's going to be disruptive, you know, I don't know. Back then, for example, when I was thinking, okay, it's time to do the hairline, so okay, let's hold your breath and ready and oh, let's do this. You know, that was the wrong approach. Stuff carved under that kind of mood is tight, awful carving. You've just got to feel natural and blow into it. You know. Having said that, I wouldn't want, you know, if there's somebody in the room here bugging me, that's a different story. No thanks, just go away. You know, like Ito-san, he didn't want me hanging around, you know, while he was doing it. Obviously, he'd have to answer a question and show something and interrupt the work. But the way we're doing this, I'm not interrupting anything really. And the other side of it, the positive side of having encouragement and whatever. It's not a negative, having people interested in what we're doing and sharing our work, and you know. Yeah, the Netflix Japan thing, it's not just VPN. I know you have to be actually a Netflix Japan member. It's the membership is different for each country. So if you've got a Netflix US membership, whatever, and you're here on holiday and you log in, it's not going to show it to you. The stuff they have available. So you've got to be, I think it's got to work both ways. You've got to be here in Japan or working through VPN so that they think you're in Japan. And you've got to be a Japanese member. You know, in other words, they've arranged their licenses and payments such that Japanese people are whatever, licensed to see it. You know. So we've heard this before, you know. It's out of our control, out of our hands. Nothing we can do about it. It's not my documentary. It's not my video. It's about us, but we have no legal, we have nothing to do with it. And he's still trying to sell it. He has the idea that he can get a theatrical release in America. He's working on that. It hasn't happened yet, and pessimistic Dave says it's not going to happen. Optimistic Dave says, well, let's see what he does. And he gave up on that in Japan, which is why he sold it to Netflix or licensed it to Netflix in Japan, because he saw no chance of any kind of theatrical release or selling to NHK or whatever it was he was thinking of. So with Japan, he gave up and sold it out. But America, he's still working on it. We have no idea. We don't get any straight stories from those people. They're Hollywood-type people. And we asked him, oh, we got a real deal coming next week, you know. He's full of this all the time. Nice guy, but it's just a different way of talking and of doing business than we're used to.